Hey everybody, welcome to the Leek. I'm John as always, and Happy New Year! It is New Year's Day, or at least the day that I'm publishing this video, and I thought, what better time to go over my predictions and my hopes for Magic the Gathering in 2020. So in this video, we're going to do a few predictions, which will of course be things that I think will happen, and hopes, things that I hope will happen. There's a bit of loaded language in there. Obviously, predictions may be things I don't want to happen, and hopes are things I want to happen that might not happen, but I figured we'd go over this. As well, a bit of a insight into future videos. I do plan on doing prediction videos for each upcoming set. I'm not going to do Theros because it's coming out so soon and we already know a lot about it, so there's no point in me saying, I bet there's going to be sagas or anything like that. But you can expect one of those starting with Ikoria. Up first, let's go with my first prediction here. There's going to be more bannings, a lot more bannings. We might have the biggest banning year ever. I think we're going to see a lot more standard bannings because of the sort of arena lifestyle that we're in. I think they're pushing digital really hard, and as a result, they're going to feel a little bit more emboldened to publish or print cards that are more pushed, because of course on Arena they can just flick the switch and say, oh, it's banned. This is definitely a push towards a more Hearthstone or Gwent or digital card lifestyle where cards can just be thrown out or brought back in on a whim. This of course is buoyed a little bit by them saying that, hey, Eldraine was pretty darn powerful, and of course there were some cards that were too powerful, but this is kind of our new future and our new plans, so get ready for some more powerful cards coming your way. And as a result, I think we're going to have to see some more bannings in Standard. We'll of course see continued bannings in Pioneer. That's the plan of the format. The format was supposed to be the Wild West and then slowly tighten it down. And with all of the new Commander products coming out, I expect we'll see a bunch of Commander bans, kind of like we saw Modern bans after Wrenn and 6 and such came out for Modern Horizons. I think with the huge influx of Commander-specific products, we'll see some Commander bans. So prediction 1, a lot more bannings coming in 2020. Hope number 1, I'm hoping that we have continued really great limited formats. Throne of Eldraine is absolutely one of my most favorite formats. I think I'm ready to slot it into the number 2 overall slot. Unstable is still better than it. Innistrad's going to get knocked down to number 3. Prior to that, Core Set 2020 was one of the better core sets we've ever had, which is not a high bar, but is a bar nonetheless, and Ravnica Allegiance was also great last year. War of the Spark is the only set in 2019 that I really hated. So my hope is that they've kind of got a good team and they've kind of figured out how to make a really good limited set. Of course, me being basically a limited only player, I would love if my format got a lot of love and that we saw 2020 be the year of limited, even though I think it's going to be the year of Commander. Prediction number 2, I expect that we will see way more products next year. Of course, a lot of the products, if not most of them, will already be set in stone, or at least were set in stone post Secret Lair. But due to the success of Secret Lair, due to all of the Commander products and them admitting that, hey, we realize Commander is the most played format now, I expect we'll see a lot more products and a lot more specialized products. You are going to hear, this product is not for you, a lot more next year. I'm going to hear that next year. There's so much Commander product coming out, and I don't play Commander. I don't really enjoy Commander. I would love to learn to enjoy it, but I've tried a few times. Maybe I'll find it online. Maybe I'll find a group online or something like that, and that'll be where I learn to enjoy Commander. But I'm going to hear it a lot because there is so much Commander product coming out. But between that and Mystery Booster and the next unset, which is not even really a set, it's just the pre-constructed decks, I think we're going to see a lot more products. I would expect that we will see another Secret Lair. If not before December, certainly next December we'll see another Secret Lair drop. And yeah, I expect we're just going to see way more product next year. So get your wallets ready. Going to be a lot to buy. Hope number 2, I want to see the return of the Magic story in some form. I wrote this hope before we learned that Theros was going to get basically nothing except for some really bad little blurbs. But even after getting that, I really hope they do it. There's much less turnaround time on Magic story, and so I have a feeling that the outrage that people have from not getting any story for Theros is going to result in us getting a story somewhere. We may not get anything for Ikoria, but hopefully for Zendikar Rising, we're going to go back to getting Magic story. My ideal would be the web stories written by somebody who knows what they're doing. I'd be okay with an ebook if they're also additionally well written, but I think novels just aren't really what Magic story needs to be. I love Magic. I love Magic's lore. I don't know that a full novel is really the format for the Magic story. There's good stuff there, but if you get too much of it, it gets pretty schlocky, cliche, and not terribly enjoyable, as well as hard to write for the author. So hope number 2, I'm hoping that Magic Story comes back in some form, preferably in those weekly web short stories. Give me something to look forward to week in, week out. Prediction number 3, I bet that Pioneer is going to be wildly successful. We already know that it's pretty darn popular. Locally, I know that one of our most popular stores has basically stopped firing every event except for Pioneer, which is firing week in, week out, no problem. I think we're going to see huge GP turnouts for those first few Pioneer GPs that we have early next year. As a result, I think we're going to see even more Pioneer GPs in the second and third part of the year. Of course, those haven't been announced yet because they wait to see how popular each event is. And I expect because of that, we might even see a push up of the plan to get Pioneer on Arena. Now, to tack on a little mini prediction, because I want to do a mini prediction here, 3 isn't quite enough. Because of this predicted push-up of the Arena Pioneer plan, I think we might see some other stuff fall by the wayside on Arena. I think the roadmap of Cube coming along might get pushed back. I think the improvements to Arena just not sucking as much when it comes to resource management and memory leaks and disconnects might not get solved quite as quickly because the team is going to be so focused on getting those remastered sets up. Now, even with me predicting that they're going to push up this schedule, I still think it'll take a few years to get there, but I think they'll be buoyed by Pioneer's success to really push forward on this. My final hope for 2020 is the return of the Community Cup style tournament or the Community Super League or something that focuses on non-pro player community members. For those who are too young or didn't have an interest in Magic at the time, the Community Cup was a tournament they used to do way back when. It must be 6 or 7 years since they last did one, where they would invite a team of community members. This is people who write articles, make videos, stream, although streaming wasn't as big back then. People who are not necessarily pro players, but are really well known and respected in the community. They would invite them out to Seattle, where they would face a team of Wizards employees over the course of a few days, playing really fun formats, things like Momir or, Wacky Sealed or Chaos Draft or Iron Root Chef, where they would present them with 3 ingredient cards and they had to build decks based on those cards. It was a fun way to play Magic, enjoy Magic, get the community together without, the stress of a pro tournament with $750,000 on the line. The Community Super League was like the vintage Super League, the modern Super League. It was done by Randy Buehler, and it saw community streamers come together and play, I believe it was 8 or 9 weeks worth of fun formats. They played Momir one week and they did Iron Root Chef again. They did Canadian Highlander one week because Loading Ready Run was involved. And it was a really great way to just have fun with Magic because, of course, Magic should be fun. Unfortunately, all of those tournaments have just gone by the wayside. Now, absolutely, a little bit selfishly, I would like to see this come back because it was one of my original goals for my channel. I started the channel and my top level goal was get a preview card, which I've done multiple times now, and get invited to the Community Cup, which I can't have happen now because it doesn't exist. But the big reason that I want to see this is I think it would fix the problem that's happening with those discretionary invites. It's no secret that discretionary invites are a big source of controversy in the Magic community, and I'm on both sides at the same time. A lot of those discretionary invites are being used to make sure that we have diversity in the pro scene, to get more women and non-binary and lesbian, gay, etc. Players, to make sure that there is a diversity there. And I like that. I like that we are getting more diverse. It's important for people to see people like themselves. There is importance there. But I'm also on the other side at the same time where the Pro Tour isn't exactly the place that those invites should be being given out. Or the Mythic Championship, I suppose, the Players Tour, whatever it happens to be called next year, depending on what we're talking about. And there's a wide number of reasons for this, and I don't think it helps anybody involved. Those who are struggling to try to make it onto the pro scene feel skipped over by these people who they will say didn't earn their invite, but they did, just in a different way. They earned it by being a popular streamer or by being successful in some way that wasn't grinding tournaments. The people who did earn their way onto the tournament feels like their achievements are lessened because of these people getting in a different way than they did. And the people themselves kind of get fed to the wolves. They're kind of just thrown into this tournament as cannon fodder for the MPL to pick off one by one, which doesn't really help them or help anything. So I don't think the discretionary invites are a great idea, but you know where they would be perfect? The Community Cup, a Community Super League, some sort of heavily promoted, very fun, something for people to really love watching, to get interested in these people, learn these people's names, learn their streams, their content, and really push them up to the forefront of the Magic community. I think it would be a great way to solve this whole discretionary invite problem, because I think it is a problem. As I said, I'm on both sides of it, but I do think it's not working the way that they're doing it right now. And I think the Community Cup or a Community Super League or something along those lines would be a great solution to that problem. Also, selfishly, I really enjoyed watching it. The Community Super League, the Community Cup are some of my most favorite Magic viewing experiences ever. So that's my big hope. That's my giant hope. That is my please do it hope for 2020. Let me know what your hopes, your predictions are for 2020 in Magic the Gathering in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can go to patreon.com/themanaleek if you want to help out the channel financially that way, and anything is super appreciated there, and there are various rewards. You can go over to inkedgaming.com/themanaleek, which will let them know that I sent you and help the channel out, as well as get yourself some great Inked Gaming products. And of course, the easiest way is to like, share, and subscribe, with emphasis on the share. But if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.